One of the great things about Tesla is the smart full-service driving or FSD capability of the vehicle. Tesla's FSD has gone through a long metamorphosis in the last couple of years and has greatly improved, especially over the last 6 or 8 months. Updates to the FSD system in the car now seem to come on a regular basis. I have a 24 Tesla Model 3 and had only used FSD while getting a free month tryout from Tesla from time to time. I didn't use it very much because, for one, I didn't have a daily work drive, and my normal driving consisted of errands, trip to the grocery store, hardware store, gym, evenings out, that kind of thing. It wasn't really important to me to try the FSD, so I didn't use it very much. I've heard stories of mishaps, close calls, and irregularities, but at the same time, increasingly hearing about the improvements and more satisfaction with the FSD system and hearing less about issues and problems. Then something happened to cause me to really look into the Tesla FSD. I had a family death that occurred in another state. I live in Georgia and needed to be in Pennsylvania for a funeral service in the next couple days. A last-minute unplanned trip for sure, and one that I would be making by myself. I decided to subscribe to FSD. It can be subscribed to on a monthly basis for just $99 a month. I thought it was worth having on this long 12-hour driving trip. Subscribing took me about 15 seconds to do on my app, and my Tesla Model 3 was enabled with FSD. Starting off, I put my destination into the navigation. With the FSD, you have to select which type of driving you want to do. Standard, chill, a more relaxed driving style, or assertive, which drives with a little bit more urgency. I had in the past, on one of my previous free months of FSD, tried the assertive driving mode. To me, it was very aggressive and a bit more assertive than I felt comfortable with at the time, so I started with the standard driving mode and felt comfortable there. Once engaged, I was immediately impressed with how the car handled the road. I had left at 5 a.m. in the morning, so the traffic on the interstate was light, and this made it easier for me and more comfortable to kind of experiment and test the FSD. Lane changes were quick and smooth. If I wanted to change a lane, all I had to do was put the turn signal on and the car would do the rest. It changed lanes quickly and safely as possible. While using FSD, you have to keep both or at least one hand on the steering wheel, give it a little bit of tension all the time. The car's screen will let you know if you neglect this and tell you to put tension back on the steering wheel. Although there were many times when I got a message on the screen saying that FSD supervision was not available. I'm assuming it's because there was no internet connectivity at that time, and in those times you could drive without having your hands on the wheel. Let me say, I'm not recommending you use your FSD hands-free. If you get warned too many times, though, the car will not let you use FSD until you stop and park and start traveling again. Tesla also monitors your eyes while driving with the FSD. There's a camera that keeps track of what you're looking at. Once again, if it detects you're not paying attention to the road, it will give you a warning on the screen. Too many warnings and you lose your FSD for that trip, and you'll have to stop and start again. One aspect that I did find irritating after a while, I found that it accused me of not paying attention to the road when I absolutely was. This happened more often after dark, which I assume was because of diminished visibility. This is supposed to detect if your eyes are on the road, and it didn't seem to be completely accurate to me. This should also detect if you fall asleep. It didn't always detect the sleep, which I found to be an excellent safety feature. I'll say no more on that. While using FSD, you set the maximum speed you want your car to travel. Mine was set to 85 miles per hour. You can easily change that speed with the scroll wheel on the steering wheel. The FSD determines what is the maximum speed depending on the road and traffic conditions and what the actual speed limit is. For instance, even when my max speed is 85, if the road speed is only 55, It will not go all the way to 85. It will only do a certain percentage over that 55. I had good weather and driving conditions on my trip, except for rain for just about 5 or 10 minutes at one point. Otherwise, the driving was clear the whole way. I didn't notice any difference in the performance of the FSD. It handled the wet roads with no issues at all. There are some driving conditions, though, where the FSD will not engage. Bad, inclement weather, rain or snow or ice will cause the FSD not to engage, so it won't let you use it. I experienced a little bit of that after I got close to my destination, within just a few miles, where I was on surface streets and there was kind of half snow and ice and clear on the roads, and it wouldn't engage at that point. While traveling through busy metropolitan areas, navigating high traffic zones, and handling multiple lane changes, Tesla's FSD made every twist and turn feel very effortless. I didn't have to stress over which lane to be in or which exit to take. The system took care of all that. All I needed to do was keep my eyes on the road, on what was right ahead of me, while the car expertly handled the rest. One of the best things about the FSD is its use of multiple cameras that provide the car with a 360-degree view in real time. As a human being driver, I can only focus on one thing at a time. I can only see one thing at a time. But FSD, it sees it all, from the correct lane positioning to the subtle overhead signs, and adjusts instantly, making the drive not only safer, but way less stressful for me. And the more I used FSD, the more I trusted it. I experienced smooth, mistake-free maneuvers, even in areas I've never driven in before. If you are interested in getting FSD, I would strongly urge you to try it for a month for the $99 fee and use it. If you feel like it's a valuable driving experience, you can keep it, or you may want to go ahead and purchase it outright, which right now, at this time, is $8,000. I think I'd do the math on that and see if the monthly fee might be a cheaper way in the long run, if you decide to keep it. I'll conclude with this. I think the FSD is well worth the $99 a month as long as you're going to use it. I don't have a daily work commute, but will always pay a monthly fee to Tesla for the FSD to use it on an out-of-town or a long-distance trip. I firmly believe Tesla's FSD can drive my car better and safer than I can. Tesla's full self-driving, it's highly reliable, safe, and stress-relieving at the same time. Thanks for watching, and if you've got any more questions or experiences with FSD yourself, drop a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Tesla reviews.